Culture evolves at the speed of light, just like your financial needs. When it comes to your money, Credit Karma keeps you in the know and ahead of the game. You can count on Credit Karma to keep up with your financial needs as they evolve. We'll help you monitor your progress and give personalized recommendations so you can make strides towards your goals and find your way to money. Make sure you're on the right track, no matter where you are on your financial journey. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses are powered by Meta AI, so you can get real-time answers.
Hey, Meta, how bougie is Jade Garden?
It's a trendy spot.
What's a color that pairs with this top?
Consider dark, earthy colors, charcoal or black.
What are some good first date topics?
Consider discussing favorite travel destinations or your favorite books.
Get suggestions, inspiration, and answers from your glasses. Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Iconic style meets Meta AI.
Meet the most capable CR-V Honda has ever dreamed of. The all-new CR-V Trail Sport Hybrid. With all-terrain tires and available enhanced traction control, it's built for wherever the day takes you. Heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, ideal for winter drives and crisp early starts. And with generous cargo space, it's ready for big gear and even bigger getaways. The CR-V Trail Sport Hybrid. Learn more at honda.com/CRV.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon's Blink Video Doorbell. Get more at your door with the easy-to-install Blink Video Doorbell. Get more connections.
Hey, I'm here for our first date.
More deliveries.
Hi, I have tacos for two.
Oh, thanks. We'll be right down. And more memories.
Babe, come down. I have a surprise.
All new Blink Video Doorbell with 2-year battery, head-to-toe HD view, and simple setup. Shop now at amazon.com/blink for just $69.99.
Hola, mi gente. Turn up the Latin flavor with Café Bustelo coffee. Choose light, medium, dark, and dulce de leche roasts. Whatever your vibe, we got you covered. Café Bustelo está aquí.
Trust in the workplace. Understanding how our brains make decisions to build effective organizational leadership abstract. This article examines the neurological basis of trust and how an awareness of unconscious trust processes can help leaders foster trusting relationships and high-performing teams. On a basic level, the brain's socioemotional circuitry generates rapid, automatic trust judgments when assessing new people or situations. Regions like the amygdala, insula, and orbitofrontal cortex evaluate factors like similarity, attractiveness, emotional expressions, body language, and facial features to determine trustworthiness outside of conscious control. While these reflexive processes conferred an evolutionary advantage, they can misfire or introduce biases in modern contexts if not guided by higher-level reasoning. The article discusses how implicit biases around these factors can impact trust dynamics. It also outlines techniques leaders can use to strategically manage first impressions and behaviors over time, through consistency, competency, care, and relationship building, to establish trust at both implicit and explicit levels. Understanding the interplay between conscious and unconscious trust judgments allows for optimizing organizational culture. Trust underpins all successful organizations and is essential for strong leadership. However, trust is complex and nuanced, influenced not only by conscious thought but also by unconscious biological factors within our brains. For leaders to foster a culture of trust, they must first understand how trust operates on both conscious and subconscious levels. This paper aims to provide organizational leaders with an evidence-based perspective on how our brains decide when to trust so that they can utilize this knowledge to cultivate trusting relationships and high-performing teams. Today, we will explore the neurological basis of trust and how our brains automatically make rapid trust judgments outside of conscious awareness. The neurological basis of trust on a basic neurological level. Trust decisions involve activation of the brain's socio-emotional circuitry, including regions like the amygdala, insula, and orbitofrontal cortex, DiMaggio and Lysaker. 2010. Kruger et al. 2007. Riedel and Haver, 2012. When we encounter someone new, these areas automatically generate quick intuitive judgments about whether that person seems trustworthy or not. These initial judgments occur outside of conscious awareness and control. Hurley and Chatter, 2005. Our brains make fast, reflexive trust assessments in this way for an evolutionary advantage. It helped our ancestors survive by rapidly detecting threats. DiMaggio and Lysaker. 2010. Kruger et al. 2007. However, leaders need to recognize that while valuable for survival, these reflexive processes can misfire in modern contexts if not guided by higher-level reasoning. Awareness of this dynamic is key, as initial unconscious impressions strongly shape how relationships develop going forward. Hurley and Chatter. 2005. Factors.
On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Polestar. There's only one true way to experience the all-electric luxury SUV Polestar 3, and that's to take a test drive. It can go from 0 to 60 in as little as 4.8 seconds with the dynamic handling of a sports car. But to truly understand how it commands the road, you need to be behind the wheel. Up to 350 miles of range, the 3D surround sound system by Bowers & Wilkins. It's all something you have to experience to believe. So book your test drive for Polestar 3 today at Polestar.com.
Rated T for teen. Each year, thousands of adults lose their shred. It's an epidemic simply known as shred loss. But it doesn't have to be this way. Because rekindling your shred is as easy as playing the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. With new parks, cross-platform multiplayer, and sick new game modes, we can put an end to shred loss everywhere. Get the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 and show the world that the shred's not dead. Pre-order Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 and play the Foundry demo.
If you went on a road trip and you didn't stop for a Big Mac or drop a crispy fry between the car seats or use your McDonald's bag as a placemat, then that wasn't a road trip. It was just a really long drive. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
That shape unconscious trust decisions. Similarity. Our brains are wired to favor those similar to us. Likely an evolutionary mechanism to build trust among in-group members for cooperative survival. DiMaggio and Lysaker. 2010. However, favoring similarity can breed biases if left unchecked. Leaders should foster understanding between diverse teammates. Attractiveness. Physical attractiveness unconsciously signals health. Genetics and social skills activating positive appraisals through what is beautiful is good, stereotyping, Senior et al. 2011. Vanti Wout and Sanfei, 2008. While uncontrollable, biases can form, a diversity of appearances should be valued. Emotional expressions. Smiles and eye contact signal warmth, increasing trust perceptions. While frowns signal coldness. Van T. Wout and Sanfei. 2008. However, guarded or nervous behaviors in new contexts should not necessarily breed distrust. Cultural display rules may differ and bias should be avoided. Body language. Congruent posture and open, expansive gestures signal trust and confidence to our mirror neuron systems. Activating positive appraisals unconsciously. Hurley and Chatter. 2005. Krumhuber et al. 2007. However, cultural norms and introversion should not be mistaken for distrustfulness. Facial features. Babies prefer faces with babyish features like large eyes and rounded foreheads. Activating caregiving motivations that shape trust perceptions, Senior et al. 2011. However, maturity and competency should not be undervalued due to less youthful appearances. Building initial trust through first impressions given the powerful role of fast, automatic processes in shaping trust, leaders must focus on strategic impression management to build initial credibility positively. Some effective techniques include smiling warmly and making eye contact builds likability and instills comfort automatically through emotional contagion. Van T. Wout and San Fei. 2008. Using an enthusiastic, confident tone and posture projects trust through congruent body language activations in others' mirror neurons, Hurley and Chatter. 2005. Krumhuber et al. 2007. Personably introducing oneself and remembering names makes personal connections that increase similarity perceptions, boosting trust implicitly, DiMaggio and Lysaker. 2010. Sincerely complimenting others where possible builds positive regard and activates reward pathways in the brain associating good feelings with the interaction, Senior et al. 2011. Asking open-ended questions and actively listening demonstrates care, consideration and puts others at ease subconsciously, Riedel and Haver. 2012. For software startup Anthropic, the CEO Dario Amodi follows these principles in all first meetings by maintaining warm eye contact, giving a firm handshake with smile, remembering names, asking about the person's work interests and making them feel heard through reflective listening. He cites it as laying the groundwork for strong long-term relationships built on mutual understanding and care. Maintaining trust through consistency, competency, and care while initial encounters shape first impressions powerfully. Continued interactions over time determine whether trust will endure. Neurologically, trust solidifies as past interactions generate predictive expectations for the future that condition positive or negative affective appraisals, DiMaggio. 2012. Leaders must demonstrate the following attributes consistently to cement trusting relationships: consistency. Predictability in words and actions allow expectations to form that signal reliability and dependability, Hurley and Chatter. 2005. DiMaggio and Lysaker, 2010. Inconsistent, erratic, or double-standard behaviors undermine trust neurologically by violating conditioned expectations. At Toyota, manager training emphasizes honoring commitments, meeting deadlines, and treating all employees with an even hand to foster an atmosphere of stability and fairness that maintains workers' trust over decades. Competency. Demonstrating skill and knowledge in one's domain through above-average performance earns confidence from others by satisfying their social learning systems, Kruger et al. 2007. Hurley and Chatter, 2005. Incompetence signals inability to perform as expected. Threatening interests and welfare triggering distrust biologically. The president of Anthropic ensures scientist competency remains top priority by enforcing strict performance reviews, continuous evaluation of algorithms and results, and team-wide code reviews to assure workers the organization deserves their faith through excellent work. Care. Showing consideration for others' well-being, needs, and interests activates caregiving neurocircuitry that forms trusting bonds, DiMaggio and Lysaker. 2010. Zach, 2017. Leaders who are self-absorbed, indifferent, or prioritize their interests alone undermine the relationships keeping their teams cooperating loyally. At the clothing retailer Lululemon, store managers are trained to genuinely connect with employees and learn about their lives outside work to validate each person's humanity. This fosters mutual care and respect, maintaining trust even during challenging periods. Conclusion: by understanding the neurological underpinnings of how our brains decide to trust, both consciously and unconsciously, leaders can strategically use this knowledge to build and maintain trusting relationships essential to creating high-functioning, collaborative teams. While instinctive trust processes provide survival advantages, they can also bias perceptions if uncontrolled. Leaders who recognize the power of first impressions to shape longer-term dynamics and follow principles like consistent predictability, competence and care over time can foster a psychologically safe culture based on mutual understanding where people feel secure to contribute fully without fear. When trust is established, organizations can leverage this cooperative goodwill to achieve unprecedented results.